You can sit still for an entire day and still feel exhausted by evening. Nothing chased you. You did not climb a hill, carry water, gather firewood, or walk for miles under a changing sky. You may have sat in a chair, touched a screen, answered messages, opened tabs, made small decisions, and tried to keep your life from falling behind. And somehow, by night, your mind feels like it has been running. That strange contrast tells us something important about human life. Ancient humans often moved far more than we do. Yet in many ways, their worry may have been different from ours. Not smaller. Not easier. Not safer. Just shaped by a world where stress was physical, visible, shared, and often followed by action. Picture an early morning long before alarm clocks. A small group wakes near the last warmth of a fire. The sky is pale. The ground is cold. Someone looks toward the trees. Someone checks the wind. A child stays close to an older adult. A few people begin preparing tools, baskets, or simple carrying skins. The day does not begin with a phone screen. It begins with the body. For much of human history, movement was not called exercise. It was not a health goal, a fitness plan, or something squeezed between work and sleep. Movement was simply how life happened. People walked because food was not waiting in a refrigerator. They carried because water, wood, tools, children, and gathered food had weight. They bent, reached, squatted, climbed, dug, lifted, followed tracks, crossed rough ground, and rested when the day allowed it. The body was involved in almost every problem. If shelter needed repair, hands moved. If food was far away, feet moved. If danger appeared, the whole group paid attention. If the weather shifted, people adjusted with their eyes, skin, ears, and instincts. Ancient life was not peaceful in a perfect way. It could include hunger, injury, disease, conflict, uncertainty, and loss. A bad season could be terrifying. A wound could become serious. A storm, a drought, or a failed hunt could change everything. So this is not a story about how the past was better. It is a story about how the human body and mind were once tied more closely to the same world. Many ancient worries had a clear shape. Where is food? Where is water? Is the group safe? Will the fire last? Where will we sleep? What made that sound in the dark? These were hard questions, but they were connected to things a person could see, hear, touch, and respond to. Modern worry is different. A person today can sit inside a locked room, under a safe roof, with food nearby, medicine available, and warm light overhead, yet still feel hunted. Not by an animal, not by weather, not by hunger in that exact moment. But by deadlines, bills, future plans, unread messages, social comparison, bad news, loneliness, and the quiet fear of falling behind. Ancient stress often came through the senses. A movement in the grass. A cold wind. A missing sound. An empty stomach. A stranger near camp. Modern stress often comes through imagination. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I lose everything? What if I am already too late? The body does not always understand the difference. Your mind may know you are only reading an email. But your heartbeat can still rise. Your shoulders can tighten. Your breathing can change. Your stomach can twist. The ancient alarm system inside you treats invisible problems like visible threats. And this is where movement matters. When ancient humans felt tension, the body usually had something to do. Walk. Lift. Run. Hide. Gather. Build. Call out. Move closer to others. Search for another path. Carry something useful. Keep going until the situation changed. Stress had a direction. Modern worry often has no direction. It loops. You sit at a desk, but your body is ready to move, you lie in bed, but your mind keeps traveling, you scroll through a phone, but your nervous system keeps checking for danger. The energy rises, but it has nowhere to go. That may be one reason modern worry feels so heavy. It asks the body to prepare for action, then keeps the body still. It creates a storm inside a chair. There is another difference most people miss. Ancient humans were often not alone with their problems. In many groups, survival depended on cooperation. One person watched while others rested. Someone remembered where water might be found. Someone knew which plants were useful. Someone carried a child. Someone shared food. Someone noticed danger before others did. The group was not perfect. Human beings have always had tension, jealousy, fear, conflict, and disagreement. But many daily burdens were shared in real time. A problem was often not carried by one private mind. Modern life gave us incredible gifts. Safer homes. Better medicine. Reliable food systems. Education. Transportation. Knowledge. Communication across the world. Protection from many dangers that once threatened ordinary life. These things matter deeply. But progress also changed the emotional shape of daily life. A modern person can have thousands of online connections and still eat dinner alone. They can live in a building filled with people and never know their names. They can carry financial stress, family stress, work stress, and private sadness behind a normal face. Ancient humans may have feared the night. Modern humans often fear the future. And the future is difficult because it never stands still. It changes shape every time you think about it. A storm arrives, then passes. Hunger rises, then food is found or not found. A dangerous sound is investigated, avoided, or understood. But modern worry can repeat for months or years. A debt. A career goal. A mistake. A message not answered. A life that looks smaller than someone else's life online. Civilization solved many physical dangers, but it also expanded the space where fear can live. Now the mind can suffer from things that are not happening yet, things that may never happen, and things happening far away to people we will never meet. The ancient world demanded more from the body. The modern world often demands more from attention. That is a very different kind of exhaustion. So why did ancient humans move more and worry less? Not because life was easy. It was not. They moved more because movement was built into survival. They may have worried less in certain ways because many worries were immediate, physical, shared, and connected to action. Modern humans are protected from many ancient dangers, but we are surrounded by invisible pressures that the body still experiences as threat. Maybe the answer is not to reject modern life or romanticize the past. Maybe it is simply to remember what kind of creature a human being is. A human is not just a mind that thinks. A human is a body that needs movement, a face that needs other faces, a nervous system that needs signals of safety, and a life that becomes heavier when every fear is carried alone. So when worry fills the room, the old solution may not be dramatic. Stand up, walk outside, use your hands, talk to someone, let the body help the mind finish what thinking cannot. The past does not give us a perfect life to copy. But it leaves one quiet lesson behind: sometimes peace does not begin with solving everything. Sometimes it begins with moving again.